All right, Warband Above Ashes, Warband Driftmark overview. So you get this at level 10. So we're just going to go over some of the basic things that it comes with and some of the upgrades. So Warband rewards, you go here. Every day you'll get daily rewards based on how much your warband has done. So if we had harvester hubs, we'll have a bonus there. So you can just claim that every day. Storage, I believe, is for like bombs and like other things in there, like this stuff. You put this stuff in there, and then it could distribute to your peoples. Pretty sure that's what that's for. Resource recycler. This is where you take your regular resources, like the energy that you get, active energy. You hand these in here. Confirm. You get warband metals and faction metals. Let's go up here. Repair station. You repair your gear. Fabricator. You build. This is special stuff you build for PvP or like PvE related things here. So this is to declare war on another war bank for their harvester hubs. This is to end that war. This is a energy extractor kit. Another kit here. Foundry. This I think is to build some of the big war machines. This building needs to get built next to the power station. I'll show you what the power station looks like. Let's see if we can go to world map. So that right there is a power station. So you'd have to build a foundry next to that. Let's see what else was there in here. Nomad post kit. It says places a nomad deployment Warband deployment nomad post, allowing all Warband members to mobilize there. Only 2 can exist at a time. So that's like a frontline thing to deploy people. Places a Warband deployment nomad post, allowing Warband members to mobilize there. Only 2 can. Oh, I already did that. Warband rally matrix summons a T10 Warband rally stone, capable of summoning up to 15 warband members. Up to 1 can exist at a time. So this is another fast teleport type of thing. Hellscourge comm station kit places a Hellstorm comm kit, enabling low orbital strikes on adjacent maps. Only one can exist at a time. And then it says channels orbital railgun to continuously bomb the target location for 120 seconds. Every 5 seconds, every 0.5 seconds, deal 10% physical damage based on the max HP to the enemies within 12 meters, and inflicts quantum collapse. Buildings take 0.2% max durability as siege damage. Bombardment ground cannot be built on for 2 days. So that's like a clearing type of thing. And this needs Space Gun Rally. What is this? So I don't think we have that unlocked yet. Vault. Vault is basically shows you like a log of what's going on, who donated what, who's extracting money, and then you can distribute bonuses to people in your group if you want to do that. So you can give them tokens and stuff like that. Warband Rift. These are to run rifts with your peoples. Recommended number of peoples 15 for this one. And it shows you, and then gives you all member gets these rewards. So you do that with your rift. Mechanical vehicle fabricator. So these are again war machines. Shatterpoint Spike. This is for countering vehicles. Produces a colossal siege ram operated by multiple players, growing stronger with more passengers. What does this do? This has a slam, strikes buildings with a massive siege hull, dealing 432 damage and 0.5% durability at siege damage. Each passenger increases demolition power by 25% and movement speed by 10%. And then it says heavy artillery, launches artillery at the target location, explosives deals 7% physical damage based on max HP to enemy, and inflicts armor breaker. Armor breaker reduces armor by 20, stacks up to 10 times, lasting 60 seconds. It's got a lot of HP. A lot of HP. Produces a siege cannon vehicle, Roar, long-range siege railgun, vehicle requiring 2 operators. Deploy artillery, enters artillery mode, cannot move but can fire fragmented projectiles. Fires a shattering projectile at buildings, dealing 384 damage, 0.8% durability at siege damage on hit. Scatters bomblets to 12-meter radius to deal 10% enemies max HP as physical damage, with 30% chance of stun for 5 seconds. And then its acceleration makes it move faster. Produces mobile jammer blackout that can disable enemy buildings. Channel disable all enemy buildings in this area for 120 seconds. And then it says Hellscorn Mobile Beacon Phantom, a stealth vehicle for channeling railgun strikes. Railgun strikes, stealth, acceleration. And this needs space railgun level 1. Beast Vehicle Fabricator. So this makes beasts, mounts. These are rideable mounts. Produces a tier 7 charge beast, close range skirmishes. This does beast charge, beast maul, and acceleration. And it also has a passive, affects all enemies within 9 meters, damage boost negative 15%. And then there's a higher level one. So more attack power, more bigger stats. And then there's the Blazing Cannon Beast. This is range support, Inferno Barrage, Psyche Orb. Launches a Siphonic, I'm not saying that right, orb at the target location on explosion. Restores 200 NP, 489 HP to nearby allies, and cleanses them 2 stacks of slow and dot effects. Okay, so you have something that deals damage, and then you have something that heals people. Warp Beast. Produces a T9 Warp Beast capable of teleporting enemies. So you got Rift Jump, teleports 15 nearby enemies to the target location. Mass Haste, increased movement speed of all allied players within 9 meters by 80% for 5 seconds. When effect ends, their movement speed is reduced by 30% for 5 seconds. Rift Jump. What does it say? Blow bubbles at the target location, dealing physical damage equal to 5% of max HP. Increases damage taken by 8% and reduces healing received by 20% for 6 seconds. And then also has acceleration. And then you have the Behemoth. So Behemoth, both control and siege. Behemoth Maul. Deals 5% physical damage based on max HP to enemies in a cone and inflicts slow. Behemoth Bellow unleashes a battle cry. Nearby enemies gain fear, while enemies gain Behemoth Bellow. Fear is scattered in fear for 3 seconds. Behemoth Bellow is damage dealt increased by 40% for 30 seconds. Boulder Crush throws a massive boulder at the location, dealing 50% physical damage based on max HP. Stunning enemies for 3 seconds, deals 0 damage to buildings. I think that's wrong. I think that's probably does some sort of damage to buildings too. And then acceleration. And then it shows you attack power, HP, resistance. And then the other little thing with these beasts is, if you're using a beast and its HP goes down, if you park them back inside your Warband Driftmarks, they will regain HP over time. I don't know the exact timer, but I know that if you use them and their HP is low, you just bring them back in here and you park them for a bit, and then their HP will get restored. And that's pretty much it for that. Let's look at this. So this is probably the main juicy stuff in here. Research center, similar to your characters when you're leveling them up. So the first thing is Driftmark level. This requires those active energy cores, and then time required for getting the upgrade. And then it upgrades your tiers and your durability. That's that button over there, and then we have that button over there. You get Warband supplies, Warband Rift, Warband EXP field, buildings, energy vein we saw in that other thing, defense turret, which goes on the Driftmark itself to provide AoE damage to enemies coming near it. This is again, you build the refinery kit so you can deploy in the refinery spots. This is just a big buff to getting contribution. Building temporary deployment station. This is the foundry kit. Rally matrix and demolisher buff. And then over here we have beast breeding, beast vehicle, placing cannon beast, vehicle garage. So the max amount of vehicles can get upgraded with this. Here's the warp beast, behemoth, mechanical vehicles. So it shows you what you can get with this. Each level does the unlock for these things. Heavy fortifications, battle tent, heavy blaster turret, heavy railgun turret, forged flinger. I don't know what that is. Motar, mobile jammer. And that is pretty much the overview. And this is the transport network. You can use that to transfer to allies beacons, allies things here. Driftmark manager. So this is what you would use to repair the station or relocate it, and gives you some stats. And that is it for that.